Hello, this is Victor, RestoringMercedes.com. This video, quick video for Erich in New York. So we have a 88 300 TE, a station wagon here. So Erich, I just wanted to show you the engine condition, so before I close it all back up. So the water pump is replaced, as you can see, nice and shiny. A new thermostat in there, a little piece of rubber pipe over here replaced, and this one cleaned up a bit. So yeah, that's a pain in the butt to get this water pump. I don't know who the hell made it happen like this. So anyway, I put a little bit of silicone over there just in case, you know, on the junction flange with the new O-ring. And I already sealed off the lower gasket there, the one that's a U-shaped gasket, with some silicone. And I also drop a little bit of silicone on the surfaces here on the upper case, timing case cover. The new seal here for the camshaft and distributor cap. And the engine itself, just had this thing here so the oil doesn't drop down on the side. So the engine is nice, man. I mean, not for nothing, it's clean. So you did your job in terms of changing oil. Look how white it is. That's very amazing. I mean, you know, it's definitely, oil changes were done on time and good oil and whatnot. So hopefully we're gonna take care of the oil leak with this seal replacement, and same for the overheat. So this is basically before I put the new gasket and new cover. I mean, the cover is old, but I have to clean it. So I put the new gasket and put the cover back on so you can see the internals of the engine. And this is how it looked when I just opened it up. Very nice. So for 88 original block, I mean, this is great. I did wash the engine slightly, whatever I could get to. So as you can see, this was all coated with oil. This pipe was a little loose. Transmission pipe here is this coolant line. This one right here needs to be replaced because it's moving around. That's not good. And I saw a little bit of transmission fluid coming out of it. It's not expensive, so we're better off doing it now. Now, whatever the oil residue you see now, this is something that I could not get with the pressure washer because there was pulleys and there was the belt tensioner is over in this area, which I'm going to install next. Steering, I mean, that's a steering shock, I'm sorry, the tensioner shock is here, was also in place, so I couldn't clean all those areas. But once everything goes back, you're not gonna see none of that. You're only gonna see whatever was cleaned up. So hopefully we'll get to that, and the oil leak is going to subside, and overheat is going to be repaired. So far so good. So also I need new expansion tank because there's lots of rust in there, the sensor and the hose. Because the hose, if you can see, look at the hose. This thing is, you know, has like all this rust in it, as you can see it. So new radiator came. We're obviously going to replace radiator because all of this, look at this, all of this was inside your radiator, and it is in your radiator, so we need to replace. I'm replacing the hose, I'm not keeping it. It's an old hose, very soft. The upper radiator hose is good because it was replaced at some point. This one right here, and the low radiator hose is on order. I ordered a new one because that one is soft and old, original 1988. So we're gonna change the expansion tank. We're gonna change the supply line and whatever, some other things, whatnot. So I'll make a list of what I ordered, and transmission coolant line also will be done. So far so good. So today I'm gonna put the cover back on. I'm gonna pack it up, pulleys, everything in place, you know, put them all back, put the belt back on, and engine starts and runs as is. Well, I mean, once you put the distributor back on. But I just want to check if the overheat is gone. But definitely with all that rust in the expansion tank, inside the pipe, and definitely inside the radiator, and whatever it's all traveled through the system, definitely we're doing the right thing right now. So the overheat should be gone. Alright, so this is quick update for Erich in New York with the progress report on the repair of 88 300 TE. Thank you for watching. Alright, Victor here, RestoreMercedes.com. This is the second part for Erich in New York, and this is our 88 300 TE. So this is the progress here, Erich. So I got the valve cover back on, the engine had been started and warmed up and whatnot. So anyway, so I cleaned up the tank a little bit, put some antifreeze, put all the old hoses. As you can see, this one is not going through the area it's supposed to go, just like on the outside, just to get this engine to start and run, just to get it hot enough. Again, this is an old pipe that's going to be replaced, the low radiator hose, along with that hose and whatnot. So I wanted just to start the engine and check it out, make sure that everything is okay. And I'm running it without the fan, because that's the way that you can actually see if electric fan is good enough to cool down the engine. Many of these cars have broken clutch fans, I mean fan clutches, and they just basically run on the electrical fan only, and if that happens, then the coolant system is in working order. So as we can see right now, we have your fan laying there on the bench, and the engine is the way it is. So new radiator, new water pump, thermostat and whatnot. So, and also I sealed off that the area like I showed you before over there on the bottom there, and I don't see any oil leaks. There's some residual moisture coming out from cleaning the stuff and whatnot. But anyway, so let's just start it up and let's take a look at temperatures. So right now it's going to take a little bit of time for the temperature to rise, but again, don't forget we have no fan, so we only have electric fan, just electric fan alone. And it's been running, I mean, I ran the car already just to see how it runs, make sure that there are no leaks or whatnot. So far it's okay. The transmission coolant hose seems to be holding on for now. It's down there, and that's how it's been, but there is some seepage on the junction there, so that has to be done. It has to be replaced. This one is okay, seems to be. So no leaks so far. So basically what I wanted to show you is the temperature of the vehicle, just so you know how it was, and just want to show you how it became. So let me give it some gas. Might have to let it run for quite a little bit just to get it to warm up to about 107. When it gets to about 107, the gauge gets up here, electric fan kicks in. It's supposed to cool the engine down. So from what I can say, it does work fine. I have no problems with coolant system anymore. I just wanted to document it on the video just so you can see it yourself before you pick the car up, that you know that your engine is cooling properly. As you can see, temperature is rising. You see the gauge is moving up because we do not have mechanical fans. So right now radiator is trying to cool the engine, but it cannot cool it because we have no fan. So we only have natural radiator coolant capabilities, just aluminum, to try to dissipate heat. Obviously it's not going to happen because we do not have mechanical fan to actually take the cold air through the radiator to cool it down. So we can only rely on to electric fan right now and see if electric fan is going to be good enough to cool the engine down. As before, as you remember, electric fan and mechanical fans, they both were working, but the engine would not go down below 110, which is close to overheat. And I also saw that when I first got the car, and we saw the temperature rise up real quick to like 120 almost, and with both fans operational, the temperature would still be up there, would not cool down without accelerating and giving out more flow of coolant through the system to cool it down like that. So as you can see, temperature is rising. Again, don't forget, no mechanical fan. So without mechanical fan, there is no air circulation, there is no coolant going through the radiator. So radiator is naturally hot. And even without the fan, you can see that it's still taking a long time to get to electrical fan activation point, which is about 107. So I'm gonna try to give it some gas maybe. Okay, soon it's going to activate. And I just wanted to show you the coolant. You can see the cooling of the electrical fan cooling the radiator. So you're gonna see the drop on the temperature gauge. You're gonna see the drop going down to about 90, maybe like 89, 87. That's where the thermostat is made to open at. So let's just wait a little bit more. There it goes. So electric fan kicked in. As you saw, the gauge move because there was so much extra load on the engine. And I'm not accelerating, I'm just holding the camera, so you're going to see the temperature lowering, which is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Obviously it will take a little bit of time, but you can see the gauge is going down. It's supposed to reach about first mark, which is about 100, and it would just sit there at about 100. Without mechanical fan, that's all we get, because mechanical fan activates at about 87, 90. As you can see, the engine is cooling down to about 100 degrees without a help of mechanical fan. So clearly we solved this overheating issue. There is no problem with the head gasket. The engine is healthy, it runs just fine, so we're pretty much good here. And so yeah, that was successful repair. Now I'm replacing the overflow bottle or expansion tank, whatever different people call it differently, and the pipe, as I spoke before, because that is very old. There is a lot of stuff that came out of it, and I'm not gonna keep it in the car. I don't want it to block the radiator again. So I cleaned it as much as I could just to test the vehicle, just to test the radiator, make sure there are no leaks on the radiator, because you know it's aftermarket, you can expect anything. Belt tensioner seems to be fine. That's the original one we put back in there. As you can see, it's spinning without any kind of jumps. Steady. The new shock is here to dampen the vibration from your belt tensioner, and there are no leaks from the system. Pulleys, everything seems to be fine. So I'm pretty happy with whatever happened here. This is good. We're pretty much good to go here, and I'm just gonna blow out some of the stuff around here, and maybe I even drive this car back home and just to test it out like that, just to see how it feels on the road. Alright, so far so good. So this is the second part for the repair for the overheating problem on a 300 TE, and this is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.